Do you love your job? More than likely not. And how long have you been at your job? I know most people say they don't love their job, and a lot of you have probably been at your job 10 years or more, 20 years, some of you. Well, I have a theory, and the theory is this: marriage is like a business. You've heard me say that. I was taught this, and I believe it wholeheartedly that marriage is like a business. It operates like a business, it functions like a business. So, my question to you is, how can you commit to being on a job for 10 years or 20 years or more that you don't love and that does not love you back, but cannot commit to a man that you say you love for over 2 years? You can't commit to a man that you say that you love and that he loves you back, but you can't commit to him in a marriage for over 2 years. Yet you can commit to a job that you don't love and that does not love you back for over 10, some of you over 20 years. Marriage is like a business. Which side of the relationship fence are you really on? That is today's question on hashtag relationships. Maybe the truth is this. Maybe you don't hate the thought of being married. Maybe you grew up believing that marriage was the thing to do. Maybe your religious philosophies and ideologies support marriage. But maybe deep down inside, you just want to live your life on your terms only. And I'm not trying to make this into a moral discussion or a good or a bad thing. Maybe the truth is that you are a solo act. Maybe the truth is that you don't like the way it sounds. Maybe you don't really want to come out and admit to it because it makes you sound selfish or it makes you sound like a narcissist or something like that. But maybe that is your truth. That underneath your desire to perhaps be married someday is this: it's a deeper desire to live your life only on your own terms, because you can't have it both ways. Now, there are two sides to this coin, but let me ask you this. Let's say if you were a singer. We're using this analogy to see which side of the relationship fence you're on. Would you have to be a solo artist because your voice is the only one that you want to hear? You don't want to hear the other singers. You don't want to harmonize with the others. You don't want to stay in step with the rest of the group. You want to do your own thing, which means you are a solo act. You're going to go solo. Either that or you want to be the lead singer, and whoever is in your life, they have to be relegated to singing backup. I'm asking this because you're beautiful, obviously, on the outside. Very pleasant to look at. You're single. You are successful. And my question is why? It has to be because you really don't desire to be married. Because anyone who is as attractive as you are and as smart as you are and successful as you are, the only reason you're not married, it has to be because deep down inside you don't desire to share your life or your life experiences with anyone in a committed relationship that involves the word marriage. You want to live the rest of your life on your own terms. And there are people who have gotten married and divorced because of this, wanting to live your life on your own terms. But if that's your reality, if that's the truth, then we have to embrace it no matter how badly it sounds. Now, if you believe that your life cannot be made any better, then you've already made it all by yourself. Maybe you raised your children by yourself. I say this in quotes. Maybe you got your education and achieved your success in business all by yourself. And I say this in quote because no one can do anything all by themselves. No man is an island. But just for the sake of this conversation, you had minimal help. It's difficult to say. And so you can say that you did this whole thing by yourself. So it doesn't make any sense for you to, at this point of your life, start trying to live your life on someone else's terms. If you believe that there's no one out there that can improve the quality of your life if they are a couple with you. If that's your reality, then it's your attitude about living your life on terms that are not your own. That's the underlying issue. And maybe your behavior and your conversation about relationships and marriage, maybe it's not consistent with that underlying attitude that you have about not giving up living your life only on your terms. Now, the other side of the relationship fence is this. Maybe you want to meet someone and perhaps fall in love, if you want to go there. You want to meet someone that you can share your life with, someone that you can spend time with, have dinner, go for walks, that sort of thing. Hold hands with, someone that knows the real you, someone where you can let down your guard, someone that you can safely share intimacy with, someone that you trust, and someone that trusts you as well. Someone that you trust with your heart, with your vulnerability. Maybe that's really what you're looking for. Maybe you want someone that you know that they're not going to be with any other woman, sister. And maybe you don't have a desire to be with any other man. And if that's your truth, if that is your truth, then you're going to have to own that truth, but you cannot have it both ways. You cannot go through this relationship walk thinking that you can be in a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage living your life only on your terms. You can't have it both ways. So it's for you to decide, not for me to decide. I just want to help you sort it out. And if that's the case, then be that as it may, but know why you're single and know why you want to get married if you in fact want to get married. There are people who are already married who don't know why they got married. This could be why they struggle. There are probably the majority of married men don't know why their wives married them. And if you want to test that theory, go ahead and find a married man and ask him, why did your wife marry you? And wives, for you, if you want to really have fun with this, go and ask your husband why he married you and watch how he struggles with that answer. He might say, girl, quit playing. Or who you been listening to, who you been watching, who you been talking to. And then he'll go to his default answer, I married you because I love you. But my point is, I want you to know why you're single, if you're going to be single, if you're going to remain single. And I want you to be very clear about that. And if your plans or expectations are to get married someday, I want you to be real clear about that. And then I want you to embrace that as your reality or your truth and live that way in your language and in your behavior, in your attitude and in your values. And guys, remember, I'm only here to help. I want for you what I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to live your life with longevity and want fulfillment. But above all these things combined, I wish upon you many, many blessings. I am looking forward to your response. I hope this information has been helpful. I have certainly enjoyed sharing it with you. And as always, my name is Jay.